everybody, how are we doing today? Oh, let's just move that a little bit, and I think I might need to put my light on. It's a bit dark, isn't it? How are we doing? Welcome to my Thursday live today. This is a fab one today, all about stepping up, letting go of the past and being who you want to be. So hope you are enjoying the start of February. Can you believe we are in February already? I can't believe it. I don't know where January has gone. I know I was away for 2 weeks of it, but we don't know where it has actually gone. So if you are here live, do pop a hey in the comments. Do say hello, come in and say hello. And if you're catching up on replay, please do put a hashtag replay too. Let's just check we are all here. Okay, so let us get started. Anyway, let's get started with the live today. Like I said, if you are here live, do pop a hey in the comments, come and say hello. So, okay, I think I first of all just wanted to just start off with, I've had quite a few people join the group. So, and I did my one-day live in-person event last week. So again, met lots of people that I've not met before. So I'm going to just do a very, very brief intro. I will keep it very, very brief. So first of all, yeah, I'm Suzanne James. I run Boss Babe. This is our wonderful community, all about money, mindset and motivation for the really ambitious woman. I'm actually a NLP trainer, and hey Hazel, lovely to see you. I'm a mindset and success coach, and I gave up my corporate HR director role to actually follow my passion, and I now help women to transform their lives and take their life and their business to the next level. So it's all about getting rid of the stuff that's held you back in the past and moving you forward. So you get boosted self-confidence and self-belief and to realise your true potential. I run online coaching and mentoring programs. I run my Fired Up and Fierce Mastermind, and I run live events too. I also run live and online accredited NLP trainings for those that really want the most transformational personal development tool, and for aspiring coaches as well. So, kind of the way that NLP is, it's a really powerful model and tool, and it allows you to understand how you experience your world and make sense of your world, so that you can change things that are not working for you. So how many times for you have you wanted to step outside your comfort zone and pursue your dreams, and then those little niggly doubts pop up for you and inside your head, and before you know it, you're stuck where you were? Because, most of the ladies that I talk to, that's what happens with them. So the first place to start with anything that you're working on is actually your own mindset. NLP gives you tools that you can use every single day to work on your own mindset, to manage your emotions, to create successful thinking and behavioural patterns, create harmonious relationships, perform at your best and lead, and live your life with purpose and passion. Now, at my mastermind, let's move on to what we're covering today. At my mastermind last week, with my fabulous mastermind ladies, I actually did an exercise with them to step up and step into their new identity. So who are they? Who were they? Stepping into who you want to be before you are actually there. Now, I talk about this a lot, but how do we actually do it? Hey, Teresa, lovely to see you. So how do we step into that, who we want to be? Because often the problem is we keep ourselves really small. We let fear take hold, let doubt creep in, overwhelm, we compare, we self-sabotage. How will I afford it, etc. Now, I was 45 before I realised I'd been limiting myself. You might be the same. You might have thought, I feel like I'm keeping myself small. So let me know if you feel that you've kept yourself small. You know, and before that, I had a great career. You know, I was a HR director. I had a great career. But I still didn't realise how much I'd been limiting myself. So my career, my wealth, my health as well, for instance. And how was I doing that? You know, I was probably thinking that I'd got no choice in it. And it was only when I became fully aware of the possibilities that I'd held myself back, and I was the only one that could actually change that things then began to change for me. So I got out of the passenger seat and became the driver, as we say in NLP. So are you letting like your ghosts of the past hold you back from the life that you want to lead? You know, you may have some really great intentions now for 2023, you know, for moving yourself forward and making it the best year that you can be. And I completely believe that you are actually going to be doing that. But maybe also now is the time to let go of the things that are not serving you too. So when you suddenly realise that, you know, that you're the creator of your own life and your own results, instead of kind of being the victim of circumstances, that you can actually really shape your own thoughts and actions, you can really have a phenomenal impact. You can know that, you know, once you have that awareness, you know that it's you that's been limiting yourself. Now, this isn't about berating yourself at all. This is about acknowledging what's happened in the past and then not letting it define who you are now, so that you are free to move yourself forward. And once we become aware of how we've limited ourselves and our negative thoughts and beliefs, we can actually see our past, for instance, in a new light. So I want to give you, you know, so whereas your reflection of your past is not a reflection of who you are now or who you want to be. And I'm going to give you an example of how anything that's happened in the past can actually stop you from stepping into your true you. And I'm going to give you an example from one of my current clients. I'm not going to say her real name. So her unhappiness stemmed from her relationships with men. She continually got into the same type of relationships over and over, expecting different results. And when we actually dug into her past, she spoke about the school disco where she asked one of the football lads, you know, the in crowd, to dance. She plucked up the confidence. She'd fancied John for a really long time. She kept putting it off, asking him, you know, but she was almost planning how she would bump into him accidentally and casually ask him ask him that, but it never happened. So finally she did pluck up the courage and she asked him, will you come to the disco with me? Shows how old hat that is. You know, it is really, isn't it? We wouldn't do that now, would we? We'd be sending social media messages and stuff like that. But she finally plucked up the courage to actually ask him to come to the school disco with her. And he replied, no thanks. Sorry, was his reply. And she was absolutely humiliated and embarrassed and swore that would never happen to her again. She told herself that she wasn't good enough to go out with John, and she wasn't going to let anyone let her make that mistake of presuming she was good enough to get one of the good ones again. She kept repeating to herself, I know my place. And every time she met a new man, she brought John along, obviously within her head. All her relationships were based on, I'm lucky to have anyone, you know, let alone, so I'm not lucky to have anyone, let alone one that I want. And as we delved deeper and deeper, she realised over and over that she just settled for less than what she wanted. Let me know if any of this is resonating. We really had to work on shifting her perception from the deeper level to a really empowering one. She's actually now married to her soulmate Dan, as she refers to him. And she admits that if we hadn't have done the work that we did, she would have thought he was too good for her. And why would he have been interested in her? You see, we get what we focus on. So as long as you think of yourself as, in her case, a rejected woman, you were going to be disappointed in love. Or in business, if you think of yourself as unsuccessful or not able to generate the money you want, you won't be successful in business or have the money you want. Our thoughts create our words, our behaviour and actions, and therefore our results. And our mind is a really powerful bit of kit. And I know you lot are a really successful bunch. So if you want to keep on top of your game and be the best version of you, then it's really important that you work on your mindset. You know, the results in our lives are a perfect match for our expectations. How often do you predict what you'll get, whether that's positive or negative? Now, the great thing is this works both ways, positive as well as negative. So if you are prepared to drop the stories, you can change your focus to positive and you will get positive results. It's a ripple effect when we change our mindset. So we are the ones in control of our life. So let's make ourselves the best that we can be. We get what we focus on. So there's a saying that energy goes where your focus goes. So make sure you're focusing on the very right thing. You've got to choose your next level. And you get to choose whatever it is that you want it to be. It's not something you spend 2 minutes on and forget about it. This is a lifestyle shift. This is a way of living, a way of being. And it's how I choose to be each and every day. So the first thing we have to do is realise the connection between your limiting thoughts, those mind stories, the stuff that from the past that we're still carrying, a bit like my client, that you are still holding on to, and which are actually getting you the disappointing results. So you've got to uncover the bit that's holding you back. What is it that you're holding on to that you need to let go of? So ask yourself those questions. Where are you now? Who are you now? And where do you want to be? So who is this new woman? Compare this woman with who you are today. What is the difference and what needs to change? I've got to keep taking a drink because I've been talking a lot this week. So what are the reasons that you are not moving into the person that you want to be? How are you limiting yourself? You know, just ask yourself, how am I limiting myself? Because we sometimes settle without knowing. So let's bring these fears and these doubts to the surface. You know, and what's the real consequence of staying the same? So if you don't step into who you want to be, what's the real consequences of you staying the same? What is it going to cost you? You might be having a lot of money. It might be taking your business forward. It might be a great relationship. It might be your health. So what is it at the moment? What's the consequences of you staying the same? Look at what my client did. She spent years of having bad relationships, settling for, lower than she deserved because she didn't think she was good enough. So how are you holding yourself back now? And what's the real cost of you staying the same? If you don't go and step into who you want to be, what is the cost of that? So what are you thinking and worrying about? What are you really predicting for yourself? What are you creating for yourself right now? So look at the answers that you come up with and then just ask, what's happening in your life? Is it possible that your relationships, for example, are a mirror of what you predict and expect? You may even catch yourself saying, I told you. See, I told you. But being right won't get you the results. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. So you can prove yourself wrong. So once you acknowledge that these are stories and you can get back in touch with the real you rather than who you're pretending to be, your strength will come through. Your dreams really are possible for you because you wouldn't have thought them otherwise. So I want you to commit to being the new version of you. Know that it's your higher mind that is giving you those ideas and desires. It exists, but your full awareness is not there yet, and it requires a change in you and your mindset first. Because the reality of you being the person you want to be is it's already there. That woman that runs the business you dream about, achieves that high status role you dream about, that level of, the money that you want, that travels the world, that person is you already. But with different ways of thinking and habits and strategies. So ask yourself, who am I meant to be? Accept that you are that woman already. Otherwise you wouldn't even be able to conceive it. So your refusal to accept that is the reason you're not there yet. So successful people that, achieve what they want, they fully believe that they are already that person. And their actions are all in accordance with that. And actually during my NLP Master Practitioner Programme, which will be in September, we do a modelling project there and we model successful people. Why would you reinvent the wheel? If someone else can do it, copy it and, you can implement it yourself. So when you change your belief to I can do it, your identity becomes that one of I can do it. We always act consistently with who we believe we are and what we can do. So if your mind can conceive and believe it, you can achieve it. It's really only you that stops you moving ahead, not the external stuff going on in the world. And that's why I do go into the deeper level. Look like my client I gave that example of. We went to that deeper level. Then those beliefs and that self-sabotaging behaviours that are not serving you, we can get rid of it. So if you don't believe that you can earn the money or get the success you desire, then you won't, because your unconscious mind will sabotage you if it's not aligned. You've got the power to change things. So when you realise how powerful your mind is, you can become in the driver's seat again. You can be, have and create whatever you want, and then everything changes. So I want you to know that that change is possible. Do that little exercise that I did through the live today, and just know that you are fully in control of your wheel. And as I said at the beginning there, I do run NLP practitioner training programs. If you are interested in knowing the how we do what we do and how we can then change something that's not working, then I'm now enrolling for my next NLP practitioner. We start in a couple of weeks. It's weekly online training for 14 weeks, and you come out with 3 qualifications. So if you are interested in NLP practitioner, leads to you, so it's it's a personal development training for you, but it also I train you to become a coach as well. If you are interested, please do just message me. Hope you've enjoyed that today. I know it was a bit of a whip through session, but I hope you got the key points in there as well and did the little exercise. Okay, lovely ladies, I will see you again next week. Thank you so much. Bye.